Alright, Wagwan y'all, it's Dimz back for the attack, but you already know that, and yes, I am late, but it's fine. I wanted to bring to you today my thoughts on Multiversus. I was in the closed alpha, it got let in by my friend, and I want to express my thoughts on the game and such. So, first things first, I did have fun. This is the game I have been looking for quite a while. Though I'm just bouncing around, well, not bouncing around, though I was looking for a platform fighter to satiate my need for camaraderie and teams. Smash Bros is fine, but Smash Bros has a slew of other problems, which I don't want to get into here, but it wasn't suiting my fancy. So from then on, I've just been looking for any better platform fighters, and one of my dream platform fighters would be a team-based one. I love actually team-based games. So, team-based fighters is something there's not a lot. And even whenever it is teams, it's usually like crews, which you still have one person playing at one time. I wanted the simultaneous playing at the same time. A lot of other platform fighters does doubles, but just like a lot of other ones, yeah, including Smash, it's never the main focus. And in this game, it is the main focus. So I was gung ho and ready to play it and all that such yada yada. So, but now let me actually start talking about the game. I did enjoy my time. It was fun. And it's actually pretty pretty refreshing for all the very new ideas they've been bringing up. Now, here's the number one thing. When you go into this game expecting something new. Go into this game with an open mind, giving it a chance on its own merit. Do not compare it to any other platform fighters. Do not compare it to Smash, Rivals, Nasby. Do not compare it to any other game while playing. Because if you start doing the little comparisons, you might not have the best time. Not saying it's bad, it's good in its own way. Now, first and foremost, if you don't like teams or doubles formats, this game does have a singles format. However, not to beat around the bush, the game is definitely balanced and tailored toward team battles. In 1v1s, there is a lot of characters that are not suited for 1v1s. They do fall incredibly short. In my time, I focused on two characters, Steven Universe and Taz, the Tasmanian Devil. These two characters did help me a lot, and I can tell with these two characters, one of them was better for 1v1s than the other. That one being Taz, since Taz is basically was a brawler, bruiser, or whatever the class-based stuff is. Anyway, let me just go talk about that. The way they do teams is they have every character is split up into a class for people to get an understanding of what they're going into. If you're playing a tank class, you know that you will, not die a lot. You'll be pretty tanky. If you're playing a healer or support class, you know that your most of your moves will be there to support your teammate instead of just fending for yourself. While bruiser will be the ones who do a lot of damage, and we have all arounders and speeds and yada yada. I'm actually not sure on top of my head all the classes, but they are separated into a good class like that. So yeah, you can just run two bruisers if you want, or brawlers. I'm not sure what they're called. It's fine, but it's just synergy. There's natural synergy that some characters have with others, and that synergy is enhanced with one thing that I came in thinking it was gonna be a little controversial, a little messed up, and that is the not gem system, the perk system. Now, first hearing about the perk system, I was like, ah, great. These perks are going to like become. That's where they're gonna do the pay to win since it's a free to play game. That's where they're gonna do the pay to win. But no, the perk system just slightly augments each character's ability to do something. And the way it synergizes, if you and your teammates rock the same perk, that slight increase becomes slightly better. So let's say one of the perks say, hey, you can air dodge faster or further in a direction. If it's equipped to you, it'll be 5% more. But if you and your teammate has it equipped, it'll be 15% more for both of you. See, that's pretty good. And you only allow three perks, and all the perks is basically universal, the three little ones. And then it's the one main perk. The one big main perk that is character specific to you really augments how you play and really complements how you want to play. Whether, let's say, Taz. I think Taz has, yeah, Taz has two main character perks. So one of them being, hey, if you eat an enemy projectile, you will shoot back out an anvil, which that is a strong counter projectile. So if you are going around and let's say you're eating people and you just tend to eat opponent's projectile in a defensive way, you will get rewarded for that. While his other one says his tornado move does a lot more knockback and a lot more damage. However, it is slow to start up and it doesn't go as far. So if you tend to use your tornado a lot, and the thing is you don't use it just to get like distance, you use it for damage, this will be good for you. I technically use my tornado for both distance and damage since Taz didn't have the best recovery. I used it for more of his horizontal recovery. So I definitely did not choose the slower, shorter tornado because that's not the way I played. And I like that. That's going to actually open up a lot of things. The perk system isn't going to be so bad. Another thing that I am very, very happy that they're doing is the way they're the next thing I don't like the way that they're do well the next one thing I do on top of that like the way that they're doing, which actually made me give it a chance. They care about online and they care about playing the game. The game not only is free to play, but it also has rollback netcode and it also has crossplay. That's something I love to support. So that means no matter the console, everyone is able to play together with great netcode and it is free for you to play. So that means everyone can give this game a try no matter what, and everyone can just play together. And when playing online, honestly, everything was pretty good. Everything was pretty good. I didn't really have any big stutters, crashes, or rollbacks. Maybe like I could count one or two matches that had a bit of little stutter step here and there, and that's just about it. And I played over like 200 matches had to be. The game's just really, really just it has a good gameplay loop where you just click back into the match over and over really fast. So if you watch my previous video about how if your fight stick works on this game, I'm so happy that it does. I don't have to get a custom fight stick with a random modifier button for my walk and stuff. All this, I said this in my fight stick review for the game, or my fight if the fight sticks works, and I like that I can just use my fight stick without having to mod it or augment it in a certain way. I can just use it out the box, and that is great. Now, some stuff I didn't like was the game feels well in the alpha the game was really mashy. Like let's say the biggest contender would be Finn. Finn, the human, he was able to just mash a lot of moves because the thing is the game doesn't really have a good sense of hey when can you punish somebody, saying they just swung and they used a move, is it time for you to punish, is it not time for you to punish, are you scared to get hit, saying like where they whiffed, is it's just the recovery of moves was too quick and the start of moves were too quick to the point where you couldn't really play super technical because there was a lot of things going down and that someone could just keep mashing and mashing buttons. Finn was notorious for this, and I'm glad that they say they changed Finn because that was annoying. That was the number one character that annoyed me to fight because I couldn't stop them from mashing. There was nothing I could do. Another thing that it's not really a dislike. It's just something that's because the game's team based, that's just gonna happen. Is I hit a ceiling, or I hit a ceiling with playing Steven Universe. I was playing support, but I hit a ceiling because as the support, Steven doesn't really know how to close stocks. He doesn't really know how to get super good KOs. Like he didn't have a I win or I KO you now button because that's not how he was built. So understandable, but this means I was reliant on my teammates to get KOs. So not only was I doing my job by keeping my teammate alive as long as possible, helping them out and then not trying to get KO'd myself, this made me reliant on my teammates. Which team-based game, go figure, you're reliant on your teammate. But so much so that if my teammate was not good at closing out stocks, be it their character or be it their playstyle, if they was not good at taking out KOs, we was not going to win. That's part of the reason why I actually switched to Taz, because Taz has a few I take your stock down buttons, like I win buttons, saying, "Hey, you're at high percent. I want you to die. I'm going to use this move." And the more I played solo, the more I needed that. The more I played with my friends, the less I needed that because it was actual coordination. But it's that's just something to just think about. Saying if you're going into this game, you're going to need to learn multiple characters. Only because there will be situations where you team up with someone brand new, a brand new teammate, and you don't know exactly how they play. But after the first game, when you notice how they play, that is your time to switch up your strategy, switch up your builds, switch up your perks to make sure you are in the most efficient way, being the teammate that your teammate needs to win. And that's the thing. You're going to need to play a lot of characters. You're going to need to be a good Swiss Army knife. You might not need to know how to play every character, but you're gonna need to be a Swiss Army knife. Which comes into the next thing of the free to play aspect. You don't unlock all characters all at once. There's an in game currency where the more you play, the more you get currencies to unlock characters. Which, yeah, that's how they're gonna do it. It's free to play, and obviously this probably is gonna be a currency you can buy. And people are saying, hey, regularly, playing, since in the alpha we didn't have the option to buy currency. Saying regularly playing, you will get enough currency to unlock a character in no time. Yes and no. You do get currencies, and the thing is, if you focus on doing challenges and your battle pass, that is the most you're gonna get. You're gonna get a lot more that way. So you need to focus on those daily challenges if you want to like grind and get exuberant amount of coins fast. But if you're just playing regularly, no challenges, no battle pass milestones, you probably will play around like 20 games to unlock a character, to get enough points to unlock a character. Which honestly, if you get in there, it's 20 games are gonna fly by real fast. It's not the longest, but the thing is, it's not the shortest either. It's it's a good balance, especially for a free to play game. Because they do want people to keep playing, they do want people to grind, and they do want to just urge you just a tiny bit to spend some money without, thankfully in the alpha, without being so predatory as in to force you to spend money. So the thing is, they have a good gameplay loop, and it's to the point where I was like, where have I felt this before? And then it hit me. I kind of feel like I'm playing Fortnite. The way the lobbies are set up, the way things are structured, the way that, it's just like, hey, you get out of a game, here's some XP, let's get back into one. It had that kind of loop. And obviously, Fortnite's very successful for being a free to play game. This is not a bad loop to have, but, it just say, hey, I'm kind of playing Fortnite. And this is a great thing to do. This is not a bad thing by any means because it's like hey, if you have that feeling of instead of saying, "Oh man, I'm never gonna be good at this game," or "I'm never gonna win," so you just drop it. That's bad. This game just makes you feel like, "Hey, maybe that one team was better. Let me go try again," or "Hey, I did a pretty good job. Maybe let's get another teammate," or "Hey, let's go for another round. See if we get someone, more our skill level." It just it just has that good cycle to just keep you playing, and I like that. I really do. So the thing is, like, I really like this game, but it's definitely doing something different in the platform fighter genre. It's definitely, even though it's team based, it's definitely going to be like tailored, sort of like Fortnite, where it's kind of a single player experience in the sense that, as far as I can tell, as you know, obviously the game is not out yet, but I don't think there's going to be a lot of local modes. I don't think there's going to be a lot of like four-player versus couch co-op kind of modes. Obviously, like I said, game's not out. I do not know. If it does, come out, that is the best, that's the best thing to happen if it does have the local modes. But I don't think they're going to have that. I think they're going to mostly focus on what you can do online and with other people. And this, kind of sucks only for one thing, obviously, just speculating. Because when I got the uh, alpha, I couldn't play with my roommate on the same console. Like, we couldn't, as one console, jump online and be a 2v2 partners together. They had to get their own copy of the game, though it is free. But since it was the alpha, they had to then get their own beta code, which they didn't get end up getting in time. So it was just like, hmm, I don't think this game's gonna have the local like flair of it. It's gonna mostly be like one person, one system. Obviously, since it's free and all you have to do is just own a system, any system it's available on, and you're fine. But it was just like I was like, okay, so that's definitely something different. I did like my experience with this game, and I am definitely going to play it some more. Especially since main focus is team gameplay, and I do love the team gameplay of this game. I needed a team game where you can simultaneously play with your partners. I love playing with my friends in a fighting game. It's just not a lot of fighting games do that, and this one is doing that. They have, as a Warner Brothers IP, they have a lot of characters to draw from. And so far from the characters that they took, some of them are wacky ideas, like, freaking Velma. And they're doing, like, great stuff with it. We already know, cosmetics drops. That's probably going to be what, they're going to try to take your money with, which honestly, for a free to play game that I am like invested in, I don't mind playing for skins. I don't mind looking, unique or having these awesome character skins, which they were awesome. Especially like the more premium one, like the cake skin for Jake, where they actually had a change of voice actor and change of model. Now she did exactly still what Jake did, but the fact that I had a change of voice actor and like Shagworth, Shaggy's uncle, had a change of voice actors, but not only that, the interactions with the characters changed too. That's a lot of work and a lot of love. Just a lot of little stuff. I just think that's absolutely amazing. Honestly, I am very on board for this game. I do know that in the past that Warner Brothers do have like a few they have a few like they don't have the best track records of doing like microtransactions, free to play and such and such. Like they don't have the best track records. However, they don't have the worst track records, and since this is mostly being under like player first games, hopefully they have a big say in the curation of how monetization goes. Because honestly, I feel like the only thing that would like so far with all the good things stacked up and all the love they put in the game and all the great work that they already did, just from the alpha standpoint, like for them to mess this up, it has to be the monetization. That is the only way I see, or I guess that is the biggest way I see them messing this up. It has to be the monetization. So that's the only thing that I will be weary about. However, for a free to play game, if the monetization is bad and you didn't have any buy-in, it's free to play. You could just leave the game. You wouldn't have any buyer's remorse unless you spent a lot of money. But that's a different scenario. Anyway, to wrap things up, I did love this game. It is a different platform fighter, and the one thing is, the movement doesn't feel as good as Smash Bros. But hey, Smash Bros. Had many years and many iterations to get its movement right and get it add to where the state it is right now. The thing is, the movement's not bad. The feel is not bad. It is different. And the thing is, I like the different it's going for. The beta comes out in July sometime. They say it's sometime really soon. So it's a open beta for everyone, and they said it is a forever beta. This means from the beta they will be changing things while everyone plays it, and the beta will lead up into the full 1.0 release or launch. Soon enough, everyone will get their hands on this game, and I hope you guys do make your own opinions. Try the game out. It is free. Try to have fun. Go into it with an open mind. And if you like the game, this is just another awesome game for you to play. And obviously, if you don't like the game, well, no harm on you because, hey, you was able to try the game for free. Anyway, I have been Dimz. Thank you for listening to my opinions and my impressions on the game. And I hope to see you in the beta. To give the game a try. Alright.